Women in ancient Egypt owned businesses and bought houses. In ancient Egypt, a woman could file for divorce and keep her property. She could run her own business and hire workers. She could bring cases to court and defend herself. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece, women weren't even considered legal persons. Ancient Egypt valued balance above all else. This principle, called ma'at, meant harmony in every aspect of life. It shaped their art, government, religion, and their view of equality. Both men and women had identical rights under the law. A woman could sign contracts in her own name. She could buy land and houses. She could write her own will. When she married, she kept full control of her property. Marriage contracts focused purely on money matters. These documents protected women's financial interests. If her husband wanted a divorce, he had to pay her. He also had to return her original dowry. During marriage, couples often owned property together, but husbands couldn't sell joint property without their wives' permission. If they did, they had to give their wives something of equal value. Ancient documents reveal women owned over 10% of all farmland. They worked as merchants in marketplaces. They ran perfume-making businesses. They performed as professional entertainers. Some even became priestesses. They could inherit wealth from both parents. Unlike other ancient societies, inheritance passed through mothers. This made sense to Egyptians. You always knew who the mother was. Women could adopt children on their own. They could serve on juries. They could witness legal documents. They could execute wills for others. But most surprisingly, they could sue and be sued. If taken to court, a woman could speak for herself. She didn't need a male relative to represent her. This freedom extended to divorce. Either spouse could end a marriage. The state stayed out of it entirely. But those marriage contracts made divorce expensive. Property battles often followed, especially if someone remarried. These rights weren't just for the wealthy. Archaeological evidence shows even common women owned property. They worked alongside men in markets. They traded goods and ran shops. Some ancient papyrus texts show women hiring workers. Others reveal them lending money at interest. Even royal women followed these same laws. Queens owned separate property from their pharaohs. Princesses could inherit and manage vast estates. This system influenced other ancient cultures, but none matched Egypt's level of equality. Even the mighty Roman Empire restricted women's rights. The Greeks kept women from owning any property at all. The Egyptian system lasted for thousands of years, and it all started with one simple idea. Balance between men and women made society stronger.